Hello viewers, welcome to part 3 of code repository functionality of Xatocode, the world's ultimate, best and only Excel macro automation and standardization tool. In part 2, in the previous video, I had shown you how we can replace formula with macros. So in these two columns, you can see there is no formula because we have replaced it with macro. Today I'm going to show you how you can replace a VLOOKUP formula with macro. So let me just copy this column for reference. Once we automate this, we will match the output with this column. Let me delete this. Let us go to the code window and I will add a reference to Microsoft scripting runtime. This component will help me to use something called a dictionary. As a good practice, I will create another module and name it as mod dictionaries. Now let me rename this worksheet as control. This is the worksheet from where the values will be looked up, and I would also create a name range called RNG country and set the scope as worksheet. I would also do one more thing. I'll rename this worksheet as HT control. I'll take an offset for 1 because this is the place where the data starts. And I will use a do while loop. Now I'll create a global variable called So I will add the key value pair in the dictionary and then I will move to the next line. So this way the loop will continue. So a dictionary holds a key value pair. So this will be the key, and when you provide the key you can extract the value. If you have any other dictionaries, so I would recommend that you can create all the dictionaries in these functions. And rather what I will do is I will create another function named I'll place the code here. And you can make this private. By default this will be public. Now I'll go back to mod main and I will create another function. I'll just make a copy of this one. What I am trying to achieve here is a VLOOKUP formula for the column continent. So I will rename this function as lookup continent, and so this will look up the country and will fetch the corresponding continent. So I need the country column and I need to do the automation on the continent column. So the country and continent columns are important to us. So what I need is RNG country and RNG continent. Set RNG country is and this will be RNG continent. I don't need this column, and of course I need a looping variable, and I loop through RNG country, and here I need to place the logic to look up the continent. So remember we created the function called create dictionaries. So we are going to make a call to it. RNG continent dot value equals to, so this is the global variable. Sorry, oops, I need to declare it as global, and G stands for global. So this is a standard practice to prefix your global variables with G followed by the data types, which is a dictionary, and the name of the variable, and it takes a key, and I need to pass the value of it. Now you need to be very specific what you hold in the dictionary. What I mean is that if you remove this value, so essentially it will hold the entire range, but I don't want to put the range as key. I just want the value, so you have to be very specific about that. Now I guess this will work. Yeah, so let me do an F5. Yeah, there you go. I'll just stop the execution here. So for this, I guess there were no lookup value. So if I just do a search here, there is. So what is the issue? Oh, so you can see there is a space at the end. So probably what you can do is lookup content. I'll go to this function. So you can just trim this value. Now if I execute it once again, yeah, it works now. Now instead of blank, I want some other text to appear in case the value is not found. So let me just show you an example. So for Morocco, I'll just rename it as Morocco ABC. So this will not be found, but I don't want a blank here. Instead of blank, I want maybe something not found. So it's very easy. So what you need to do is you need to put a if condition. What you can put here is not found. So I will execute the code. Yeah, there you go. So you have this value not found. Now this function is taking a little longer to execute. So let me see if I can further optimize this. There is this property called enable calculation, and I'll set it to false. And let me once again execute this. Not much of a change. It is still taking around 5 seconds to execute, but of course this is something that you can try. Now I can simply delete this column. Now you know how to automate a VLOOKUP formula using macro. So probably if you have many VLOOKUP formulas, what you can try is to create a mapping for those and write a generic piece of code which utilizes that mapping and in one go replaces all the VLOOKUP through macro. So probably in some future video I'll show you how to do that. If you liked this video, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I will leave some useful information in the description. Kindly leave your comments, I will respond to those. Thanks for watching.